Hello, everyone. A big and warm welcome to all of you joining us tonight. I'm Isha, tuning in from Seattle, and I'm absolutely delighted to be back here with all of you. It's hard to believe how quickly time has gone by, but we are on day 20 of our 21 days Sahaja Yoga meditation series. And today we are diving into a very insightful topic of how we can extend this beautiful state of thoughtless awareness that we have been experiencing through the meditation. And I cannot express how joyful and inspiring it is to see all of you with your enthusiasm and your deep desire to grow. And that's what really keeps this program thriving. By now, we all know the drill and what to expect, but in case you're new, we will be doing a foot soak as always. So before we settle in for the meditation, let's make sure we have all the items ready for the foot soak, which you can be seeing in your screen shortly. This includes a bucket of water, handful of salt, towel, and then water for rinsing at the end. Now, if you're new, be sure to check out our website, which has all the session recordings, or you can use those recordings to catch up on any of the previous sessions you may have missed. We will also have the breakout rooms available today. So towards the end of the session, if you have any unanswered questions, you can write to breakout room help in the chat and get in a one-on-one setting with the Sahaja Yoga teacher. Now, our mentor program is already getting so much love from all of you. We've received close to 200 requests so far, and we are very lovingly working through each of them. So if you're one of those who have requested one, thank you so much for your patience, and we are trying to find that perfect mentor for you. But this is such a great opportunity to find that guiding light in your spiritual journey. So keep your requests coming in by filling out the mentor request form, and the link should be available in the chat. Now, in case you're wondering what's next after tomorrow, don't worry, we got you covered. The next 21-day program resumes again on February 27th after a short 2-week break. Now, this session 2 of Going Deeper will run for another 21 days over 7 weeks. So instead of meeting daily, we will be meeting every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And for those of you thinking, what about the other days of the week? Well, we've thought of that too. And you can still enjoy the foot soak and meditation sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And to make it all very easy for you, all the sessions happen at the same time over the same Zoom link. So that way we've got you supported all week long and to keep your joy of meditating together. And we're always looking for ways to make our program such that we can connect with you even better through it. So there will be a short survey towards the end of today's session, and we would really appreciate your feedback there about the course. Let's recap. Yesterday, we enjoyed a wonderful program on going beyond the mind. Today, we are going to take it even further, diving deeper into that silence and exploring how we can sustain that beautiful state of thoughtlessness and bliss for even longer. Our wonderful presenters, who will be joining us shortly, are going to take us through the foot soak and guided meditation, followed by Shri Mataji's talk, a special music video, and then we'll conclude our program with Q&A. Now, this bliss and joy that we get to experience through meditation, it's priceless. It's beyond any monetary value you can associate with anything. So I want to remind you again that Sahaja Yoga is always free, no matter where you go and where you join us from. All right, with that, let's welcome our presenters, Gisela and Julia, to join us here and introduce themselves. Hi, Gisela. So lovely to have you here.
Hi,
Please tell us a
Isha.
little bit about yourself.
Hi, Isha. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Yeah. So, hello, everyone. Good evening. It's always a pleasure to be here again and enjoying this blissful meditation and program with all of you. Um, for those who we have not met yet, I am Gisela. I am joining you from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been living here in Michigan for, I want to say, almost 20 years now. And I consider myself a true Michigander because last night, we had 5 inches of snow, and I woke up and said, "Wow, we have snow! Yay!" So that's a huge milestone for me coming from a pretty warm country.
Well, that's a breakthrough, really. And here I am, like shivering with like the quarter inch that we received that afternoon. So, well, lovely to have you, Gisela. And next we have Julia, who's our recurring guest in this program, my fellow Seattleite, who is escaping Seattle winters in sunny Florida right now. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Isha. Hi, Gisela. It's true.
Hi,
Instead
Julia.
of the snow, I have the 80 degrees and sunshine and blue skies. So we've totally changed places, I think. So, yes. Hi, everyone. Again, I'm Julia. Super happy to be meditating with you on the 20th day. It's very exciting. Congrats to everyone for making it this far. And I really hope that we get to touch that state of thoughtless awareness in our meditation together today. So can't wait to meditate with all of you.
Same here. I'm looking forward to it. So I invite Julia to then start and take us this beautiful journey. And I will see you all towards the end of the program.
Sounds good. Thank you, Isha. So today we're going to do our usual foot soak, but today we're going to do, during the foot soak, we will focus on these two extremes of our left and right channel. So you might remember that our left and right channels, once they reach our sixth center of energy right here at our forehead, they cross over. Right, so the left channel ends up on our right part of our brain, and the right channel ends up on the left part of our brain. And so these two areas here, we call them, we have a special name for them, and the extreme of our right channel, we call it, this is our ego. That's where everything that is, it's the extreme of our right channel. So lots of things get here. And on the left side, which will be on the right part of our brain, will be, sorry, I said the other, will be what we call our superego, or our conditionings. And so that is where we store all things from the past. So when we mention ego, it's that feeling of I-ness, that we are separate from the whole, that we're something different. And so that's what gets stored here, that feeling that I am different and I am not part of something. And so, and our superego, on the other hand, are things from our past, or they could be things that we repeatedly have done that maybe don't even make sense anymore, and we don't even know why we keep doing things. And they get stored here. So they could be like ideas, beliefs, they could be just little rituals and things that we do that kind of, again, prevent us from going up here, right, where we want to be, right? We want to be above this chakra. And so to help us with these two, we have these two, we call them bija mantras. And that's what we will be doing today for these two, for especially for these two. Okay, so they are called hum and ksham. So we will practice now, so that when we are doing with the meditation, you can do relaxedly. So with our right hand, we will keep here. And so here we will say hum, and we can gently tap. So hum. And then when we're working on this side, so with our left hand, we say ksham. So we will do this a few times. Oh, and in the screen you can see the two names of the two mantras that I'm saying. So to recap, with our right hand, on the right part of our head, we will say hum. And with the left hand on the left part of our head, we will say Ksham. So we'll do a few times. So when we are doing meditation, we will do Hum and Ksham. All right? So let's get started. I hope you have your foot soak ready. And we can start by raising our Kundalini and taking Bandhan. So for those of us who are joining us today, maybe for the first time, these are just some movements that help us bring our attention inside and invite our inner energy that is the one who is actually responsible for all of this to rise within us. So even if you don't yet know exactly the movement, you can just for now open your hands, keep your palms open on your lap. And if you have your tub ready with you, you can now give some vibrations to the water. And we can put our feet inside. Our hands are open on our lap. We'll take a few deep breaths in and out. Make sure we're relaxing our shoulders, our arms, anything that feels tight. We can give ourselves this minute. Anything that's on your head, something you need to do later this evening or tomorrow, you can tell yourself, nope, not now. This is my time for meditation. I don't need to think this thought right now. I can save it for later. Let's pay attention to our hands and see how we feel. Notice if you feel anything different from one hand or the other. So we'll start by balancing our left channel. We'll keep our right hand towards Mother Earth. And here we can ask Mother Earth, please remove all the excessive energy from my left side that makes me feel lethargic and without energy. Can bring our hand back to the lap. And now we will keep our left hand towards the sky with the palm facing the back. We can ask Mother Kundalini, please balance my right channel. Please remove my excessive tendencies of over-planning, overthinking. We can bring our hand back to our lap. Now we can invite our motherly energy, the Kundalini energy, to rise within us, and we can raise our attention and our hand with the palm facing upwards from the base of our spine and slowly moving upwards, gently inviting our own energy to awaken and rise within us and gently cleanse my subtle system. And slowly bring your hand upwards all the way to the top of the head. And we can massage our head, making sure to move the skin of your head, not just your hair, but your scalp. And we can ask, please, let me increase my time in thoughtless awareness. Slowly bring your hand back to your lap. Now we will use the two mantras I mentioned earlier. So we'll keep our right hand on the right part of our brain and the left hand on the left part, and we'll gently tap. So we'll tap with the right hand and say hum. Hum. Now with our left hand, we'll say ksham. Ksham. We will repeat it. Take a deep breath. Hum. Ksham. One more time. Hum. We'll bring our hands back to our lap, keeping our attention up on the top of our head. Pay attention to your hands. See if you feel any form of gentle coolness or warmth. Pay attention to how you feel. Do you feel like your thoughts have calmed down a bit? We can gently open our eyes and we can rinse our feet with the clean water, clean jug of water that you might have. And we don't need to dispose of the foot soap right now. You can just set it aside. And we're going to get ready to listen to a speech that was given by Shri Mataji in 1989. But before that, make sure you have rinsed your feet, removed your feet from the water, and as I said, we'll put it later. We'll flush it later, and we will try to maintain a meditative state as we listen to this beautiful talk given by Shri Mataji.
But the basis of collectivity, the foundation of collectivity is very deep. And the deep understanding can only tell you that the basis of collectivity is detached love. Love is the only way. it's not possible to have collectivity unless and until you have detached love. French have been good at so many types of love that they have been talking about. And they have written books after books, novels after novels, and have created lots of romantic and unromantic and all kinds of atmospheres to talk of love. But the pure love, as we understand in Sahaja Yoga, is to be now expressed by Sahaja Yogis among themselves. After all, we are all human beings made by one God. And that we are all Sahaja Yogis created by one mother. So there should be no misunderstanding between us of any kind. But we must know what sometimes makes us little different. If we can understand the problems that we face, then it would be much easier for us to see why our love becomes so attached and not so detached. Starts becoming smaller and smaller, then a person just starts loving oneself only. One of the main reasons that we have this problem is because of our conditionings. We are conditioned the way that we don't know how to love. When I see the advertisements in the West, I don't know from where the West starts and where it ends and from where the East ends. But they talk of West and East, but I don't know which is the demarcating line. Can anybody tell me that? Where do we start, East and West? Because it's one round world, you see. But somehow or other there is some line, unknown line, underlying line, which creates sometimes this East and West, two types of conditionings. So when I see some advertisements, they show about, recently I saw about James Bond, that he is free to kill and the best film for revenge. This is the advertisement. If revenge is the best way of fulfillment, then how can we love someone? So this kind of conditioning comes to us from outside. That we should not forgive anyone, we should take the revenge. And if you do not take the revenge, then you are not worthy your name. So if you cannot take the revenge, like a duel that they used to have in France quite a lot between the two persons. They would take two guns and kill each other. I mean, what a stupid idea it was. Just think of it in modern times. But it was so. So if the revenge is not taken, then it was thought to be something very sly, very low level. So a person must take revenge. history shows also the same things, that one had to take a revenge of another person who has harmed you in any way, troubled you. I think is the quality of a snake, they say. That if you step onto any snake, it follows you all his life to take the revenge. The only thing that it does all its life is to run after that person who has, by mistake, put the foot on its body. In the same way, a human endeavor I have seen in so many novels is suggested how a man gets after a person who has some way or other harmed. If we go on like this, there's no end to it. Firstly, it is absolutely absurd. For that, I will give you an example of Buddha. Very much I have been impressed by the way he said once, somebody who insulted him and abused him and said all kinds of horrible words. Then Buddha went to another village. Now this fellow felt the remorse and he went back. Went back and said, "Sir, I'm sorry, I've said these things to you. I'm really very sorry." He said, "What?" "When?" He said, "Yesterday." He said, "Yesterday is finished now. You are now with me today. So why are you talking about yesterday? It's finished."
Let's remain in silent meditation for a few more moments. Allowing the words of Shri Mataji to settle and to see if we can feel more vibrations and quiet. So as we listen to this music selection, let's continue to stay in this state of meditation as we allow the beautiful music to flow through us. And it will be a continuation of what we've learned earlier in our Futsakwichazela, where the bija mantras will help to clear our ego and our superego. So if you are inspired, it can be really helpful to sing along to this video. It can help clear the ego and the superego. So when you hear the words hum, ksham, you can also sing along with this. So enjoy. Please sing along if you are inspired, and allow your attention to rise above the sahasrara. And you can sit in silent meditation. Wonderful. So I hope you feel the effect of hum and shum to help us forgive ourselves and to be comfortable in who we are in our spirit. So let's continue meditating silently together, allowing the music to joyfully dance around us. Allowing the peace and the silence to grow. And as we've learned in this 21 days course, when our desire to feel this connection to the Kundalini is strong, we can feel a deeper connection to our meditation. And we can go further into that state of thoughtless awareness. So let's take our right hand and place it on our heart. And let's take a few slow, deep breaths together. At your own pace. And in our heart, let's desire to feel the joy of our spirit. To feel more strands of this Kundalini energy to rise. To allow the silence between our thoughts to expand. Let's have this desire. Let's return our hand back onto our lap with our palm facing up. And again, continue to slowly breathe and just see, where is my attention? Am I able to touch the state of meditation? We're not our emotions. We're not our thoughts. We are not our memories or even our expectations. We are not our plans. So like we were earlier doing, we let go all of these outside pressures. And we allow ourselves to feel light, joyful, and happy. So if we feel any more pressure inside, or if we feel our thoughts won't give us a break, like we learned from Shivani yesterday, we simply forgive. I forgive. And whatever is disturbing us, we can say, I forgive that. And since we cleared our ego and our superego, let's take a few moments to clear the front agya and the back agya, the sixth energy center at our forehead. So again, we can take our right hand and place it on our forehead, and the left hand we'll place on the back of our head. And we can do a gentle pressure, not too hard, sort of like a massage. And here we say, I forgive myself, and I forgive everyone. I forgive. Okay, let's shake off our hands. And again, placing our hand back on the forehead and the back of the head, applying a little bit of pressure. I forgive. And to this energy, we can say, if I've done anything not becoming of my spirit, please forgive me. We ask for forgiveness and we give forgiveness. And we let go. Let's shake off our hands. Return them to our lap with the palm facing up. Allowing our attention to rise to the Sahasrara, the seventh energy center at the top of our head, and a little bit higher. I want to feel the joy of my meditation. I want to feel the silence of my spirit. Bringing our right hand stretched to the top of our head, we'll put some pressure with our palm. We can relax our neck a little bit. And as we massage the scalp a few times, let's take a moment to express our gratitude for anything that we're thankful for in this moment. Let's raise our hand several inches above the top of the head and see if we can feel this energy flowing. A coolness, maybe some tingling heat. Just see. We're just watching. Let's try with our other hand. Wonderful. Let's bring our hands back onto our lap. So to conclude our meditation, let's collectively raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan and see if we can feel the Kundalini rising inside of us. And with our attention above our head, we'll bring our hands in front of our heart. And let's take a moment not to worry about anything, but to feel that love that Shri Mataji was speaking about. The love in our heart. To feel that joy. To feel the gratitude. And bringing our hands together in front of our heart, let's take a moment where we can express our desire for ourselves. Anything that our heart desires in our meditation, let's ask the Kundalini to nourish that desire and support it. And bringing our hands back onto our lap in this state of peace. Let's sit in silence together for a few more moments. And when we're ready, let's slowly open our eyes and see if we can continue this state of silence, of thoughtless awareness, even with our eyes open. We're aware of everything around us, but we're detached, watching. It's how we can maintain this state in our day, throughout the day, even when we're not sitting in meditation. We can bring our attention above the top of our head and just watch. Wonderful. Isha, we'll pass it over to you now.
Thank you so much, Julia. What a deep meditative experience it was. And such a wonderful reminder of that bliss that really flows when you're truly connected in thoughtlessness. It's a completely sublime feeling. So, our session 1 of 21 days of meditation ends tomorrow, but our journey together doesn't. We'll see you again in 2 weeks for session 2, this time meeting every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And then to help keep your regular meditation practice, we have the foot soak and meditation sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting next week. Like I said, all of them use the same Zoom link as this session and happen at the same time of 8:45 p.m. Eastern. So we warmly invite you to join any or all of these sessions with us. Now, tomorrow does mark the last day of our current 21-day series, but as the title says, it's just the beginning. Tomorrow, we'll take the time to integrate everything that we've discovered so far. And it's all about taking that moment to really reflect and introspect on how far we have come since day 1. It's been such a beautiful journey, and we're going to bring it to a wonderful close by exploring and balancing both silence and the beauty of music. Now, our mentor program is all about finding that friend who can be your guide, your helping hand, and your support in the spiritual path you have embarked upon. And you can connect with them outside the program at your own time, just like you connect with any of your friends. So please to utilize this great opportunity and send us a mentor request by filling in the form, and the link to that should be available in the chat. Now, we put out frequent reminders about upcoming sessions in the WhatsApp group. In case you forget about the new schedule, which is starting from next week, we'll also be putting reminders about that in the group as well. So please do join it if you're not there already. And then all the program resources are available on our website, including the recordings of the previous sessions and handouts for everything that we have covered so far. So in the 2 weeks break that's coming up, you can catch up on all your favorite sessions on the website. Again, the link to it should be in the Zoom chat, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. If you have any questions, there are, as always, 3 ways to send them over to us. First, you can go to the chat, find breakout room help participant there, and then send them a direct message. What they will do is help you get in a one-on-one setting with the Sahaja Yoga teacher in the breakout room right away. And I always encourage this for someone who's new to the program, because the teacher can really help you catch up quickly with everything that we have done so far. Now, if you prefer instead to just message, you can send your questions or share your experiences with chat Q&A, and you can send them a message directly in the chat, and they can provide you the right guidance that you need. And lastly, send your questions directly to me, and we will try our best along with all the other presenters to get to your question. Again, we are here to help you in any way possible, so don't hesitate to use any of these resources in whatever way you feel most comfortable. And we'd absolutely love to hear from you about your experiences with this course over the past few weeks. So there will be a very short course survey, which should be popping up on your screen already. And we really encourage you to participate, because your insights will help us to come back even better for the next session. Now, this survey will also be posted in the WhatsApp group by tomorrow, so no pressure to fill it out right away. You can always fill it in later. But again, do take a moment to respond to it, because your feedback really means a lot to us. All right, so while you fill out the survey and send in your responses, let's welcome our presenters once again back on the screen, and they can share their own individual journey with Sahaja Yoga, answer any of the questions that you may have for them. Hello, welcome back. Hi, Julia. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
And I see Gisela as well. So lovely to see you.
Hello.
Thank you, first of all, both of you. What beautiful meditation, such deep silence, really. And you can see the sustained state stay through even now. But I do see some questions popping in the chat, and then maybe you can help answer them. First one, very relevant to today's topic. Can you share some ways to prolong the state of thoughtless awareness? Julia, maybe do you want to go first on this one?
Sure. So when we talk about thoughtless awareness, it's really easy to get distracted, whether it's our phones or what we have to do, and maybe it's someone requesting information from us. So for me, especially when things get quite busy, to help get into that state of silence, of thoughtless awareness, having that regular meditative practice, whether it's in the morning or the evening or both, that's a must for me. Just to give yourself time to have that moment of silence and to have that moment of peace. And sometimes when something's really bothering me, like in the talk, Shri Mataji said, when we go deeper into this meditation, we ask why. Why is something bothering us? And when we get to the bottom of it, and the Kundalini sometimes gives us this answer, it automatically takes the relief, like gives us relief when we figure out why is something bothering us and how we can fix it. So for me, if something is disturbing my attention, I can't just say I'm not going to think about this thought, because it keeps coming back. So finding the root cause is really helpful in meditation, asking the Kundalini to help show, what's going on. How can I figure this out? And once that resolution comes, then the silence tends to come for me. So that's one thing I thought of, Isha.
And we've learned so many great techniques over these 20 days or 21 days now. It's about, understanding that root cause and how we can cleanse it ourselves, just become our own doctors, resolve our own problems. And then, yeah, you'll see that the thoughtlessness just prevails for even longer.
Mhm.
Gisela, maybe anything, your wisdom that you'd want to add towards this?
No, I mean, Julia, you said it, you went right on the spot. It is really the awareness, right? Of what am I thinking? Where is my attention? Where is it coming from? And Shri Mataji calls this state of meditation as thoughtless awareness. We are aware. And like, I mean, Julia, you just said it so beautifully, but it really is having that awareness and then asking for a resolution. So I think the combination of the problem coming into our attention and at the same time a little bit of surrendering, which is kind of hard, especially on day to day when, we're getting stuff done and, usually at work and we're always expected things that we are doing. So sometimes just letting go, but being aware is, yeah, I think these are the two things.
And I think one other thing, we touched a little bit on it in the meditation, the second meditation, but what I've been working on a lot this past year is gratitude. Like, what am I thankful for? What are my blessings? And every day, just taking a moment to acknowledge something positive. Sometimes we don't need to also worry about why something might not be going well or something that's disturbing us. And if we get out of that cycle and shift our attention to something that is beautiful, that is positive, that is joyful, that also can have a really nice impact on our meditation and silence.
Yeah, that's a great thought, Julia. And I also try to follow that, the idea of keeping your attention on something beautiful. When we are in meditation, yeah, we can get to that thoughtlessness state easily. But what about, when we are out and about in the world, you're traveling, you're sitting in the car, driving, things like that. How do we retain that state? And, Shri Mataji's words really come back to me. Shri Mataji said in one of her talks, she's like, when you're out, keep your attention at the level of 3 or 4 feet above the ground, because all the things that are beautiful really, really live at that level. The beautiful trees, the flowers, little children who are so innocent. So that really helps us keep our attention pure, really, right? And helps our attention from not wandering, helps our eyes from not wandering. And that helps us retain that thoughtlessness for even longer.
Yeah, I'm visiting my family in Florida for a bit of a reunion. And so my brother's here with his 2 little daughters. And it's so true, Isha, like to see these kids playing and just laughing and singing and making up songs, it immediately brings a smile to the face and makes everything that seems so important disappear, right? So
Yeah,
you're right.
absolutely.
There's something really lovely about just that innocence and sweetness and beauty.
Yeah. All right. There's a question that has come through the chat, and they're asking that who can be regarded as a realized soul? And if you can give an example of a famous person who is a realized soul. That's a great question. And Gisela, maybe if you would want to answer that.
Sure. Yeah, so a realized soul is a person who has had their energy rise within the Kundalini energy awakened, right? We're all born with this energy, but it's at a latent state. And when the Kundalini is rising within us and comes up, then we are called realized soul. So all of us here are realized souls. There are some people who are born that way, who already have been born as realized souls. And so there are many examples of people who were born realized. I'm going to name a few, and I'll let if Julia wants to name other people. But people who typically have made a big impact could have were probably, maybe realized souls. Like, so for example, I can say for, you can think of great musicians that were realized souls. Mozart, for example. You have here in the U.S. you have Martin Luther King was considered a realized soul. Julia.
Abraham Lincoln is a good example. Even Mahatma Gandhi in India. There are many, actually. And when you put your hands out and you bring your attention up, you can ask your own Kundalini, is this person a realized soul? Or is this person, whatever they're saying, is it true? And sometimes you'll feel a cool breeze flowing on your hands. So if you're ever curious, that's what's great about this meditation is it's something that's useful and practical. So you can check. You bring your attention up, establish your attention in meditation, and then ask inside, is Mahatma Gandhi a realized soul? And maybe you'll feel the cool. I mean, try it. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and then the work by some of these great realized souls, like you said, even their work emits that beautiful vibrations. Like Leonardo da Vinci was a realized soul, and everyone in the entire world, the most famous painting in the world, Mona Lisa, everyone is so enchanted by that painting. But there is a reason that enchantment happens, why we are so attracted, because it is a work of a realized soul. And then, like you said, you can feel it yourself. It's not because everyone else is following, but you feel it yourself. And same for the music for Mozart. You listen to it and you meditate on it. You can feel the flow of vibrations, and that's how you can verify it. You can know the truth in your hands. All right, more questions coming in. So, wow, this is a very profound question, really. And it says that, how have you been able to recognize your own ego and do something about it? Very profound, very introspective. Julia, maybe you want to go for it first.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to see in others. We might be like, that person thinks a lot about themselves, or wow, that person is quite intense and thinks they're the best. And we don't necessarily relate to our own ego. And it's funny. So again, I'm visiting Florida, and so I mean, several times with my mom, right? We're used to being adults and having our own lives and doing things our own way. And I think we were hosting a dinner recently, and my mom and I were doing this together. And the word is reacting, right? So I was getting angry and frustrated and saying my way of preparing this whole dinner party is the right way to do it. And this is the order that we have to follow. And she was saying, what are you talking about? That's absolutely not the right way to do it. And completely going the other direction. And we were going back and forth and back and forth. And the tension was going higher and higher. And my ego was out of control, right? Because usually your mom, you should be respectful towards. And I clearly was failing in this example. So watching ourselves and being like, okay, I'm upset. I'm struggling to communicate sweetly. I think I'm doing this the right way and the other person is wrong. Those are all like really big indicators that the ego is out of control. So what I had to do was we both had to separate and go into different rooms just to give some space. And then again, with distance, you can see, okay, I should have been more flexible, right? I'm in my mom's home. She's hosting. I'm helping. Why am I so attached? The word attached, right? Why am I so insistent that my way is the right way, the only way, the best way? When in reality, both ways were totally okay and would have ended up in a lovely place to begin with. So I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive my mom. She had to forgive me. And that allowed the balloon of the ego to sort of, what is it? Decompress?
Deflate, yeah.
Deflate, yes. And then I was able to be in a good state and we had a really lovely time with everyone. But taking a step back was really big for me to be able to get all of the emotions and the reactions under control. So.
Yeah. Is it ever a family dinner if you don't have a conflict?
What to do?
But yeah, you touched on a great point, Julia, there, like, and I was listening to one of talks by Shri Mataji again, and she says that first of all, recognizing that you had the ego is winning half the battle, really. And once you recognize it, you don't fight it. You laugh at it. You laugh at yourself and laugh at your ego after you recognize it. And that's the only way to deflate it, because it's like a balloon. Like the more you punch it, it's going to bounce back. But you deflate it by laughing it aloud, and that's how it goes away, really. And Gisela, maybe anything that you want to share, any examples that you have from your own personal journey?
Yes, well, examples there are many. But one way that I clearly notice that my ego is popping up, like, is interestingly enough when I feel immediately very guilty. So, for example, if I'm part of a project or team, can be at work, or it happens. Like Julia was sharing example at home, but it happens, anywhere. But let's say I am giving an idea of something, and then my idea is rejected or whatever, and the thing is that I immediately react. Okay, and so that reaction causes a different reaction on the other person, and then you're like, that's when I realize, I stepped overboard, and then you feel guilty. So it's kind of like the ego, and interestingly enough, one is on top of the other, right? Our this center here is related to our guilt, right? It gets heavy when it's guilt, and the ego is right on top of it. So I noticed that there is this interplay between the two, that when my ego gets too big, I end up saying or doing something that hurts somebody else, and then that's when and then I immediately feel guilty about it, that okay, I overstepped, I did something that didn't go well, and then the reaction is, I'm never going to do it again, I give up. So then you go like on the left side, it's like that thing comes over. And so noticing this cycle, that is still ego, just because I'm never going to do it, telling yourself, okay, I'm not going to do it, that doesn't help, catching myself doing this thing over and over and over again, you start slowly realizing, it's the ego, it's all right. Let it go. But yeah, I think it's kind of where all the time jumping, right? It's kind of jumping from one side to the other, and yeah.
Well, we have a related question then, Gisela. Maybe you can take this one. And it talks about we talked about, dealing with our own ego, but how do you deal with the ego of others?
Well, that's the one that is usually easier to spot. Our own ego, it takes us to kind of fall down to realize that, oh, that was my ego. But ego of others, it's harder in a way, because there isn't much that if you react, it becomes worse, right? If you're so typically, I think forgiveness, right? Shrimanta just talked a lot about love, right? Love and forgiveness, realizing that, that the other person maybe is not aware yet of the ego, just like we also are not aware of our egos many times. Our egos are exploding. Other people are seeing it and we're not. So putting ourselves in their shoes, that, okay, yeah, we see their ego. They're probably not seeing it themselves. And
I think you're right.
And
Forgiveness for sure. Like,
yeah,
we can take it personally, but in reality, maybe something's going on in their day and their stress, and they're just transferring it to us. Maybe that's their nature. It doesn't really matter or impact us, right? Yeah. It can hurt our feelings. So that's that forgiveness where, okay, I forgive them for being mean to me, right? Or for being overbearing to me. And then in our meditation, something that I've learned is effective is in our hearts, sort of having the desire where they can forgive themselves. So helping them to forgive themselves without even saying it. I mean, it sounds a little bit out there, but there is this power of love, like Gisela was saying. And when we are able to love them and help them to love themselves, things work out. And maybe it shifts, right? Where they can see it and they change a little bit slowly over time. Maybe it's a miracle and it changes immediately, right? But we have this power within us, which is really impactful to our surroundings, to ourselves. So giving that power of love or that desire in our hearts, that Mother Kundalini, please help this person, help resolve this situation so that it doesn't feel like they're attacking me or in whichever way. And watching it in that detached way where it doesn't impact our emotions. We can just see, okay, this person, that's how they're interacting right now. I can give them as much information as I can, and walking away when it doesn't have an impact. It's good for our health, sometimes our mental, emotional health, to just take ourselves out of that situation.
Right. Yeah. You deal with it by not dealing with it, really, by not entertaining it. But yeah, to your point, Julia, as we practice that compassion and forgiveness, that change, that behavior of ours also starts impacting the other person, because it becomes visible to them at some or the other point. And, we can kind of become like a role model for them that kind of melts their ego away automatically by just seeing that so much love and compassion can exist.
Yeah, and sometimes people do it because they want a reaction, right? So when you don't give them the reaction they're expecting, then they don't get enjoyment or whatever it is from it. So sometimes if it's really serious, then bringing it up to others or maybe writing it down to say, this impacted me in this way, and I'd like to work together to find out how to resolve it. I mean, there's many ways you can do it, but in the meditation, when you go into silence, go into that state of thoughtless awareness, and you put your attention on it, again, the Kundalini can give you that answer in your heart to know, how should I best resolve this situation? What's the right next step? And when you try it, you can see, okay, did that work? Should I do something different? And you keep going.
Yeah, great thoughts all. All right, we'll take one last question that came through the chat. And Gisela, maybe this is suited for you because you have kids, I know. How can we motivate our kids to do meditation? What works for you, Gisela?
Well, yeah, this is a journey. I mean, depends on the age of the kids. I would say, the very younger ones, it's not going to be a meditation like our meditation. It's going to be something very, very simple, and, you can just, get them to sit down and slowly start asking them, to do some of the steps, that we do, but not anything as like long that we are doing. And you can ask them to check their vibrations, So the thing with kids is that maybe they won't be sitting there for very long, but they are sensitive to the vibrations. So if you have them sit down for a little bit and, raise their Kundalini, raise their energy, and have them also check their vibrations, that can be something that they will start feeling, There are some programs for kids as well. I'm not entirely sure if they're currently running. So that would be something we would need to check and maybe, if you send a message to the person who asked, if they send a message to the chat, I can try to figure out. Once in a while, they have online sessions like these, but for younger kids. If they are older kids, then and they are, kind of understanding more, then you can talk a little bit more about, how the chakras are, and, they will have a better understanding. that's what I have.
Well, thanks
So
for sharing your secret sauce. Yeah, go ahead, Julia.
I grew up as a kid meditating, so I can share some also from what like my family and others that we know. So as like Gisela was saying, younger kids until probably they're teenagers, a lot of times they're already just sort of in the state of meditation naturally. They don't have to do all the effort that we do. They're just naturally innocent, and their attention already it goes up pretty quickly to
Yeah.
the Sosura. So of course there's different like small things. Foot soak is really great for kids, even if it's just 5 minutes in their own bucket every day after school. That's a really wonderful technique for them to get rid of all the stress from school. And I mean, even my nieces, they started when they were 1 or 2 in a foot soak. So it really can be any age. And then teenagers, that's where all this emotional, mental, physical stuff starts happening. So meditation is really important, especially with studies. And Shri Mataji kept saying, you know, studies are extremely important for kids, and the meditation can help with taking off the pressure to the studies, whether it's in our Swadhisthana, because that's where the attention is, or in the Agya. So having that as a regular practice for them in the after school or in the morning is really nice, even if it's quick. And if you have a desire to have a mentor, there's a lot of resources that can be given. So just to the chat Q&A, you can ask for that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both for sharing your personal experiences, imparting your wisdom on all of us, and sharing insights to all the questions asked. But this is a good time to bring our program to conclusion. I do want to remind everyone that breakout rooms are still open. If you'd like to connect one-on-one with a Sahaja Yoga teacher, please send a message to Breakout Room Help in the chat, and they can assist you right away. But with that, thank you all for joining us tonight and for being part of this beautiful experience. We will eagerly await to welcome you tomorrow on day 21 in our session finale. But we'll have the same excitement and joy and open arms. And I want to leave you with these very simple but profound words by Shri Mataji that I came across. And they say that in emotions, be bubbling with joy. In action, be thoughtless, and in assent, be completely surrendered. Thank you so much and have a good night.